Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Gendera. I'm Gerwin, and I've got a reaction video for you. Now, don't get me wrong. Goats are not sheep. They are a handful, and they need attention, just different attention. And they absolutely do not understand boundaries. I've actually heard it said, and I've lived this. If water can get through a fence, so can a goat. And I forgot to get my goat testing video, but that's okay. I have got videos of goats and my electric fences and all that sort of jazz, but I haven't got one organised for now. I should have. But the only real way to keep a goat contained isn't by force, it's with plenty of provision. But I'm going to play this video first. This is the video that actually sparked me and inspired me to make this video. And to be honest, it got my heckles up. It's a great video though, and I learned so much.
They are troublemakers. They never listen to the shepherd, never recognize his voice, never follow him. So hard to control over them. On the other hand, sheep are very obedient. They can recognize the voice of the shepherd and follow him. That's why in the book of John, Jesus said, I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep know me. They hear my voice and they follow after me. He said nothing about goats, right? Yeah. You know, goats have hair and sheep have wool. We don't need the hair. We might need it once in 2 or 3 years to make tents and carpets, but wool, we need it.
Wait for that one. I've got a response to that.
Every year. That's why when the season of shearing wool comes, the shepherd needs to separate sheep to one side and goats to the other side. Then he shears only the sheep because he needs the wool. This separation is also mentioned in the book of Matthew. Jesus says, at the end of the days, when the Son of Man will come back with all of his glory, he's going to separate the righteous from the non-righteous, like the shepherd separates his sheep from his goats. The sheep are the righteous side, the goats are the non-righteous side.
And just to clarify here, you actually do need to keep goats and sheep separate because they can interbreed and that can cause some problems.
Are you on the righteous side, on the sheep side? Who's on the sheep side? Amen.
Amen. Glory.
Goats?
Now, how about we hear the goat side, shall we? Because goats are amazing and they do need provision. They need plenty of water. They need plenty of food. They need friends to play with because goats are herd animals. And honestly, friends are the most important part. Now I've got something to show you on that one. Let's see if I can get myself organized enough for this one and show you this video. Sorry, I do apologize. I'm looking around my camera. Now I want, where is it? Sorry, I'm just trying to find the right video for you. Here it is. These were my adorable goats. I had these little goats in 2020. So I'm not going to have the sound on this. I'm just going to play this while I'm, so you can watch my goats jumping around like little nutty nuts, having fun being baby goats. And let's just say, if you have an intact male in rut and a female on heat, solid fences won't help. Electric fences won't help. Chains won't help. They will find a way and they will be fruitful and multiply. hence the baby goats. And the female thinks it's absolutely irresistible when the male goat pees all over himself. Now, if that's not vulnerability, I don't know what is. But she absolutely loves it. I mean, I personally think the male goats stink when they do that. It's revolting. But the female goats go wild. You should... Oh, I'm not going to go into too much detail. I don't want to have any interesting ratings on my video. Anyway, let's just say nature is very committed. Very committed. So, and honestly, because of the goats, my boys don't need a long, awkward birds and the bees talk. I can skip all of those details and I can get straight to what is actually matters, and that's honouring and respecting each other. Hello, Wild. It's lovely to see you. Oops, that'll teach me I got distracted. It's the challenge with going live. So yeah, so the really important part in human relationships is honouring and respecting each other. And you don't want to be like a goat. You want to care for each other, and especially don't handle conflict like the goats butting heads. Oops, I'm pointing the wrong direction. I mean, they're having fun. They're having lots of fun. But it's important, because strength without care just makes noise. And love without respect only creates bruises. That was my oldest son. Oh my goodness, there they are. Oops. Goats being goats. Oh dear. So I'll show you one of my other videos. So this one is actually my youngest son. I think he was about 2 or 3 at the time, with the baby goats. Does that look like trouble to you? To me, it looks like trust, connection, life shared safely. Goats aren't sheep. Sheep aren't goats, but both hear a voice. Both respond to presence, and both flourish when they are cared for well. Does he look like he's upset, or that he's not having fun playing with those goats? I've missed you guys. It's been so long since I've done regular videos. So this is another video. This is, let's see if I don't want to mess up my... Goats are awesome fun. Absolutely awesome fun. And I'm trying to not get too distracted. Oh, but I've gotten myself a little bit lost on my plan on what I was going to go through. But yeah, so this is...
Who's trying to eat my pants?
This is actually one of my most popular videos.
She's determined. Pants are supposed to be eaten. And nuzzled. She's a funny little goat. She's a funny little goat. See, there's... I'm not sure if you saw that, but that's Laura peeing. So Laura's their mummy.
Totally not the most ideal thing.
Goat pooping. No, that's the same spot where
Oh dear.
There is the
You
poo
just never
coming
know
out.
what's going to come out in one of my
That's how you tell the
videos.
difference. Now, a little girl goat under the age of 12 months is called a doeling. Over 12 months, they're called a doe. And then once they've had baby goats, they're called a nanny. So Laura is a nanny goat. Now, Bruce was born a boy, so he's called a buck. If he's over 12 months, under 12 months old, he's a buckling. But little Bruce has just had bands put on his boy bits. So he is becoming what's called a wether. And a wether is a desexed male goat. So yes. So now you've learned a whole heap of interesting terminology about goats.
Which was probably not what you were coming to this video to watch. But to see goats, I've hand milked my goats for a very, very long time. This is actually a video I did, a long time ago. It was part of a collaboration I was part of, which actually had a huge impact to my channel. Huge, absolutely huge. Anyway, so back to my script. So this is me milking the goat. I might skip it through a bit to get a wash down her udders. I've had a really close relationship with my goats. You like the goats' ears? You like the goats with no ears, but you have to school the bylaw office at times. They don't know that all goats have ears. Love you to bits, Wild. Yes, clearly this is sped up a little bit. So at this point, I'm actually stimulating her udders to help her let down the milk, basically, so that I can milk her and get the last little bit of the milk out. So yeah, goats aren't sheep and sheep aren't goats, but both hear a voice. And I can tell you my goats heard my voice. My goats followed me. My goats led me. I could call Marbella and she would come from the other end of the property. Absolutely beautiful little girl. Just washing down the udders there after milking, as you do. Yeah, and both sheep and goats flourish when they're well cared for. May we learn how to love and care for each other, because God has made us all, without turning difference into judgment. Because this day and age, we're getting way too good at turning differences into judgment. And it's really not helpful. So, key takeaways from this video. Goats are amazing and life is totally better with baby goats. And if you'd like one of my shirts, I've got a life is better with baby goats. Actually, I've got a few designs with baby goats on. And if for some reason the link, if you'd like to have a look at some of my content that's got the life is better with baby goats, I have got an Etsy store. So that's the link for that link. It'll actually take you to my Etsy store. So, and if you were triggered by anything in my video, please email me at triggered@gendera.com. I would be happy to respond to any concerns that you've got. And if you do want to go to my my Etsy store, and if you put in the coupon code YouTube5, you'll get 5% discount on any purchases. Anyway, I hope you found this fun and interesting, and I'm sure I will catch you in my comments. You had a bond with your cow and she didn't move when I milked her. Absolutely, I love that. I mean, I've got Marbella in a milk stand here, but I could have milked her out in the paddock. The milk stand was basically, from my point of view, not for hers. She was a brilliant goat. I miss my Bella. I had to sell her when I broke my leg, which was heartbreaking. But it is what it is. Had to get bedding under the baby, and she didn't move when I did that. She knew I was helping. Oh, that's lovely. Honestly, I absolutely love animals. We can learn so much from them. And it's really important to understand goats are not troublemakers. They are very different. They have very different needs. But goats are not troublemakers. Not by any stretch of the imagination. They can live in an environment that would kill most other animals. Yeah, I just had a little bit more that I wanted to share on it, but I can't find where I'd written it down. So I'm going to free flow a bit on this. So yeah, I'm going to play this video again, and I'm going to interact with it as it goes. Absolutely, absolutely. We need to all work together as a community, as a global community, sharing each other's information and really getting to know ourselves better. But yeah, let's have a listen to this, and I'll pause it through it so that I can actually engage with it.
Are troublemakers. They never listen to the shepherd.
And to be honest, goats can be very troublesome. They do need very different care, and they don't listen to a shepherd. They listen to a goat herder. Very different.
Never recognize his voice. Never
My goats absolutely recognized my voice. Absolutely.
follow him. So hard
And they chased after me. They didn't just follow me. They chased me.
to control over them.
You cannot control a goat. You can only allure and attract a goat. You cannot control it. They are very avoidant. Actually, if you were going to go with that analogy, sheep are anxious attachment style. Totally. Goats are completely avoidant. Actually, I would nearly go to the pathological demand avoidant. You place a demand on a goat and it's just not, you're going to get hurt. Don't go there. But you can lead a goat. I had my goats walking beautifully on a lead. Absolutely beautifully.
On the other hand, sheep are very obedient.
Because they're anxiously attached. Sheep are very obedient.
Can recognize the voice of the shepherd and follow him. That's why in the book of John, Jesus said, I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep know me. They hear my voice and they follow after me.
Jesus is also an amazing goat herder. Absolutely amazing goat herder. He whispers his love in my ear at night. I don't need to have somebody else tell me because I hear it straight from the voice of God. I hear him call me. I hear him calm me. I hear him speak to the storm and say, be still.
He said nothing about goats.
Oh, he says lots about goats. Just not as obvious as you might think, but it's obvious to a goat.
Right? Yeah. You know, goats have hair and sheep have wool. We don't need the hair. We might need it once in 2 or 3 years to make tents and carpets. But wool, we need it every year. That's why when the season of shearing wool comes.
Now I'm going to comment on this too, because yes, he's absolutely right. You shear a sheep once a year. You only need once a year. The sheep gives you provision. Now you can milk them, but their udders are incredibly difficult to get to. And it's just, I have milked a sheep and oh my gosh, give me a goat any day. Their udders point towards their legs. And I've had to actually attach a baby lamb to its mother, and it was a lot harder than actually getting a baby goat to attach to its mother, because sometimes the mum needs a little bit of help to be able to help feeding the baby, and that's okay. That's okay. But so keep in mind, you only need the wool from a sheep once a year. Milking a sheep is incredibly difficult. Milking a goat, I was getting about 2 litres twice a day of beautiful goat's milk. And goat's milk is an amazing substance that is actually safe for not only goats, but it is also safe for baby humans who can't drink their mother's breast milk. It's also safe for cows. It's also safe for pretty much any animal. The goat's milk is incredibly digestible, and you get milk from the goat twice a day. And the more you milk, the more she produces, because it's supply and demand. You feed her more, she's relaxed more, she gives more. If she's relaxed, she will give you her very self. She will make milk for you. But she does that daily. Yeah. A lot of people have actually been able to use goat's milk with their babies. In fact, I think it was before all the advent of modern formula, if a baby had asthma, or if a child had asthma, they'd actually be told to give the baby or the child goat's milk. And if a baby was not able to latch on to its mum for whatever reason, which there's a plethora of reasons why breastfeeding doesn't work, if you have any troubles, give me a call. I've got a list of ways to overcome them. Anyway, that's a totally other story. That's a one-on-one conversation, not a live video. But the more you look after the goat, the more she is loved, the more she is cared for, the more she's feeling relaxed and like she's able to give, the more milk she produces. It's a phenomenal principle that happens, and it's absolutely amazing. And the bond that you create when you're milking the goat twice a day, you're getting that nourishment twice a day from this beautiful animal that just wants to love on you and just wants to give you this milk, because basically if she doesn't, she's going to end up being in a lot of pain. If you've ever breastfed, you've gone a day without feeding your baby, you know what that pain is. And it can actually lead to death. So by milking her twice a day, you actually are protecting her as well as helping yourself. So it's actually a two-way street, which is really, really powerful, that can really help. But you've got to know the animal. You've got to get to know their needs and be able to find a way to fill them and show them love in the way that they accept them. Yeah, Wild, you had issues with breastfeeding? Not enough milk for either of your boys? You think it was because you were intolerant of foods that you ate, wheat and milk? Yeah, I actually had major problems with breastfeeding, and I wasn't going to go into this, but with both of my kids, well, all three of my kids actually, but I learned a lot with my 29-year-old daughter, because I have polycystic ovaries, endometriosis, or retroverted uterus. I was actually told that if I didn't have kids when I was young, I would never have them. My 29-year-old is actually through IVF. I had to have injections every day to regulate my cycle so that I could actually get pregnant. This has got nothing to do with goats. Wow, you've taken me down a track. But that's what I love about doing these lives, because you guys do. You interact and you encourage me to engage and do different stuff, which is amazing. I love you guys to bits. So yeah, See, after Crystal was born, like I actually had milk leaking partway through my pregnancy, and I'd always been told that my family line were brilliant milkers, which is probably an odd conversation to be having, but I had trouble. And part of it was because of the PCOS and because of the endometriosis and because of all the stress that I was under at the time, which I didn't even realize. But it made it difficult for me to actually release the milk. And I tried everything. I got in touch with the Breastfeeding Association. I went through Nursing Mothers Association. My GP was actually a lactation consultant. Oh, my goodness, so grateful. Lactation consultants are a fantastic resource if you have problems with breastfeeding. CS. So they gave me lots of different options. They gave me breast pumps, manual and electric. Nothing worked. But what did work was they actually got a bottle of formula and they popped it in my bra, and then they got a bit of surgical piping and took it down so that the baby, so Crystal was actually stimulating my breast at the same time that she was getting milk. So she was getting the milk she needed, but I was getting the stimulation that I needed to be able to let the milk down and be able to relax enough to be able to feed her. Because I had so many problems feeding her. I had, pain, excruciating pain. But at the time I had no choice. I had to make it work. Very long story. Don't need that part. It's a good talk, though even it's embarrassing. It's baby's best food. It is. It absolutely is. And breast milk is so, so important, both for you as the mum and for the child. Now, thankfully, with that system that was set up, I was actually able to feed Crystal until she was 13 months old. And then I had a similar problem with Matthew. Just not as badly, because I was able to get him to latch on, but I still wasn't relaxing enough. And part of that is just because I have a nervous system that is in a constant state of fight, flight, freeze, fawn mode. So I've just discovered. I didn't actually know this earlier. I definitely didn't know it when I had my babies. Oh, you swaddled your babies too. That's not good. Babies need to act more like baby goats. They do. They do. They like to crawl all over you and just jump on and latch on. And honestly, I remember being told, don't sleep with the baby in the bed. You could roll over and squash them, which is absolutely true. You could. But Crystal didn't sleep for the first 13 months of her existence. If I hadn't found a way to actually sleep and allow her to feed at the same time, I would never have gotten any sleep. And that would have been very bad. That doesn't make for a relaxed mum. But yeah, so the really cool part is, I was a single mum for 13 years, and then I ended up getting remarried. And because of a lot of the things that I did, changing my health, changing my patterns of thinking, becoming more feminine and less masculine, because my dad died when I was 10. So that forced me into masculine mode because I was the man of the house. I was only 10, but I was the man of the house, which led me into male-dominant industries of IT and multimedia, which is all good. It's part of life. And I'm using a lot of my IT skills now, which I am so excited about, because for the last, 13 years, I've been thinking my double degree was a complete and utter waste of time because I wasn't getting to use it hardly at all. Now, I'm having some fun with it. I really am. I'm learning to harness AI and really get it to maximize what I'm doing and help me to communicate better with people so that I'm not as overwhelming and able to reach people that I couldn't reach before, because I was just too bubbly and too enthusiastic. Now, I'm still bubbly and enthusiastic. I'm just a little bit more contained now, a little bit more grounded. a little wiser. So yeah, anyway, so back to the breastfeeding side of things. It's an interesting topic for a goat talk. But so yeah, I had my son completely naturally. Had the doctors ever told you you're not going to have a baby? That if you don't have your babies young, you won't be able to? I am amazingly happy wild. I have learnt so much. I have been through so much. You know a lot of what I've been through, but not half of it, because a lot of it I didn't share because it was just too hard. And I'm still processing a lot of it. But I am actually grateful for all of the hard, because all of that hard has grown a faith in me that is moving mountains. It has grown a strength of faith in me, a character in me that will support my family and beyond. I've learned so many things that'll be able to help so many people, and I'm going to be sharing that over the rest of my life. I'm going to be sharing this stuff because I've been set free by the transformation and the renewal of my mind. There's no other way of putting it. And I will be sharing stuff on my channel just because you guys are amazing and you've been there with me through all the hard. And as much as I'm grateful for it, it doesn't mean it doesn't give me a catch in my throat. But I'm grateful for the woman it's made me. It's given me an ability to talk to people that I couldn't have talked to before, and I now can. Because I've been where they are. I've been in the hard. And I found a way out of the hard. People think that God brings us happiness, but not always, because we need to grow. Absolutely. Absolutely. And as a gardener, a lot of times we'll put manure on the garden. We'll put manure on the garden. And we will prune the branches. We will chop off parts that were very productive because that's what needed to happen to make it produce even more. And it's the same with the gardening. We put all the manure on the garden because it helps it grow. So yes. Absolutely. Yes, God does not always bring us always good things. But all things work together for good for those that are called according to his purpose. And what the enemy means for evil, God's going to turn around and make it good. And he's going to use it to help set people free. And that's probably the thing that I am so excited about, the amount of people that I am going to be able to help just because of the journey I've been on. And without the journey, I couldn't have done it. It's been a hard talk about what I've been through the last few years too. Yeah, we've all been through some really hard stuff. And I'm hoping over the next little while you may get some clarity and some help on that. So I'm going to be sharing lots of information on how to handle hard situations, on how to overcome hard situations, how to release traumatic experiences that you didn't even know you had, how to get rid of limiting beliefs that you didn't even know you had, how to really get to know yourself and to see yourself in a new way, like you've never been able to see yourself before. I'm letting my light shine. And I'm hoping it's a gentle glow and not a blinding floodlight, because I know I can be a little bit intense. But I give everything I am to serve my community. And I love you guys to bits. You're such a blessing to me. And you've helped me through some really hard. And when I disappeared and was only putting up a few videos here and there, you guys still supported me. You're still in my comments section. And I love you guys to bits. I really do. You've been walking through it, and Jesus is bringing you really close. And that's it. He is really close to the brokenhearted, because that's his goal. He wants to heal the brokenhearted. He wants to restore the years that have been stolen. You are one of my most beautiful friends that I am so grateful for. You might be in Canada and you may not be next door so I can have a coffee, but you're closer than next door. You're right here in my room. You're with me. I love you to bits. Anyway, back to the goats. So yeah, sheep give you wool once a year. Isn't that just lovely? Goats give you milk twice a day.
The shepherd needs to separate sheep to one side and goats to the other side. Then he shears only the sheep, because he needs
Absolutely.
this separation.
I mean, you can shear an algo. There are goats that do produce. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a really high quality fur. It's not fur. It's Angora. I think it's an Angora wool. Really expensive. Sheep don't give that. I mean, I love sheep. Don't get me wrong. Sheep are amazing. But I'm defending the goats.
Is also mentioned in the book of Matthew. Jesus says, at the end of the days, when the Son of Man will come back with all of his glory, he's going to separate the righteous from the non-righteous, like the shepherd separates his sheep from his goats.
And this is very true. He will. But one thing to remember is Jesus' blood covers all unrighteousness. All of it. And if you're holding on to unforgiveness or bitterness towards a sheep or a goat, you're in dangerous territory. Be careful to love the sheep and love the goat, because they are both created by the Lord. And God loves them both. He treats them very differently, because he asked Peter to feed his sheep, to love his sheep. But he feeds his goats personally. He doesn't have anybody else doing it. He directly feeds the goats, because he's the good goats herdsman.
The sheep are the righteous side. The goats are the non-righteous side.
We are all broken. We all need to be saved. We are all unrighteous without Jesus. It's the blood of Jesus that makes us righteous, not being a sheep or a goat.
Are you on the righteous side? On the sheep side? Who's on the sheep side?
Right?
Amen.
Amen. Glory.
Because he
Goats
covers.
are troublemakers.
He's covered me with the blood of Jesus, and I have been saved. Anyway, I hope you found this helpful. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you found it an interesting journey through some of my history, and gotten to know me a little bit better for some of my newer subscribers. Yeah, I hope this has been helpful. Oh no, none of us are perfect. And the second you think you are perfect, you're stepping into the realm of contempt. The second you start thinking of yourself as righteous and someone else is unrighteous, you are trampling on contempt ground. And you need to be very careful very, very careful, because we are forgiven as we forgive others. Be very cautious about who you go labeling righteous and unrighteous. And I'm sorry if I'm stamping on any toes. And this bit is free flow. But God loves you. He loves all of his creation. Those caught in darkness are the ones that he went for the most. Jesus was a friend of sinners, not only a sheep staying with the flock. Goats are amazing little creatures. They will travel where sheep wouldn't even think to go. They go up mountains. They go into valleys. They go everywhere. Sheep stay in a pasture. Goats will eat anything and will be sustained on sticks, just about. They actually really love lantana. Oh, you have to be very careful with them around lantana, because they do like lantana, but it's not good for them. Unless they've had a little bit as a kid, then it helps. Absolutely. I'm not perfect. I'm only human too. But I'm a human infused with the same spirit that raised Jesus from the dead. So yeah, you had a huge lesson in forgiveness. You had to learn I was not better than my ex because he hurt me. Yeah, absolutely. And that's one thing that I'm learning at the moment. Interestingly, I've been learning so many lessons about myself because of who I've attracted. And it's helped me to understand me better, which is really fascinating, because I actually thought, there's a few people around the place that I thought were absolutely pathologically demand avoidant. Absolutely, they wouldn't listen to anything. They wouldn't do anything I asked them to. So I did some research on PDA, which a lot of people will actually call pervasive demand for autonomy. Which is absolutely apt. And I'm going to be doing a whole series on PDA just to actually help me understand it better, but it's also going to help you too as well, I hope. So I was looking at this because somebody that was very close to me was demonstrating PDA behaviors. And as I was learning about what PDA was, I was looking at it and realizing, oh my Lord, that's me. That's me to a T. So much so that I didn't even realize it, partially because I was living in fight, flight, freeze, fawn, which is from the people-pleasing perspective. So I was stuck in a people-pleasing mask my entire life because I was hyper-vigilant and I needed to always watch what I was doing, being vigilant about how people were behaving around me, so that because I just didn't get it. I couldn't figure out why they did what they did. Because I'm a goat, I'm not a sheep. And that's not an insult, because I love goats. I like sheep too. But fearfully and wonderfully made. That's all I can say for me. Fearfully and wonderfully made. Yep. I've gone off track. Actually, I don't have a track at the moment. I really don't. This was not meant to be a very long video. This was just a response to this. Goats are troublemakers. They're not. Goats are amazing. Oh, they are troublemakers. To be fair, goats are troublemakers, but they're also amazing when they're well provided for, when they're well loved, and when they're well cared for. And most people can't care for goats because they don't know what the goat needs. They really don't know what the goat needs. And the goat needs to have food and water. The goat needs to have friends to play with because they're a herding animal. They don't do well on their own. Although they don't really like other animals all that much. They will butt them, which kind of annoys the other animals. Who's that butting? I'll find that butting video again. Oh, I meant to show you. This was my top video. Oops. This was my top video back in 2000. I made it in 2018. And this little baby's had 5,000 views. Now, this is actually, no, it's not loading properly. So this is a video that I made showing how to make DIY goat hobbles so that I could milk my Nubian goat that was squatting and kicking and sitting on the bucket. It was so hard to milk her. My internet's going a bit dodgy. Let's see if I can turn the quality down a bit. Oh, no, it's behaving now. So, yeah, so I had to stop her from bucking, and then I had to stop her from squatting. Then I had to stop her from kicking. And this is one of my most popular videos because people have a lot of problems with kicking and goat squatting and all that sort of stuff. So I made a video to show how to, and buying hobbles is actually really expensive. And I didn't have that money. I was a homeschooling mum and farming. Well, not even farming. It was a hobby farm, and I wasn't even doing that well because I was homeschooling at the same time. Plus caring for my mum. So yes, she was a funny goat, this one. She was a really big handful, actually. She was a huge handful. Now, she did get to the point where she was too much trouble. And sometimes you do need to learn when you can't provide somebody's needs or a goat's needs. So yes, but this was actually one of my most popular videos when I first started doing the Shed Wars Global Gardening Collaboration. This was my most popular video before that. Since then, my videos have just gone through the roof. But it wasn't because of anything I did other than I joined in part of the community. I was part of the Shed Wars Global Gardening Collaboration. This video was not part of that. So this was actually my biggest video. But Shed Wars is the reason I got monetized, because I think I'd had my YouTube channel for about 7 years. And I had thousands of videos up, absolutely thousands, but no one was seeing them. And it wasn't because I wasn't doing the SEO on them, because I was. But the power of the community was absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. It took my videos to a whole new level. So I think that's, where's that other video? So yes, the one of me milking Marbella. No, not that one. Sorry, I've got a heap of videos here that, there it is. So this one of me milking Marbella was actually one of the Shed Wars videos. So it had hashtags that we were all using to help make it all work. So if you click on the Shed Wars hashtag, let's see what it brings up. So there were 252 channels that were part of that global collaboration. And the beautiful wild edibles was one of them. Yeah, lives help build the hours. You almost got yours, but the viral video is over a year ago now and you don't get your hours. Oh, yet. While we can work on that. We can work on that. We can start doing some collaborations again. I grant you, I haven't got my goats. I'm stuck in a rental accommodation. Be a Homestead Aquarius. He was one of the main channels that actually was running the whole thing. But yeah, there was heaps of people part of this global collaboration. It was absolutely phenomenal. Got to meet so many different people. And so many people had no idea what to do with the hashtags. So I actually ended up making a whole heap of videos to help them learn how to do it, which was great. It meant that I was actually able to use my IT skills to help somebody. So there were so many. I mean, there was. What did I say at the top? What did it say? So on that, So there are 252 channels using the Shed Wars tag. So all of us were using that hashtag, and there's over 3,500 videos that are tagged with that Shed Wars tag. And then you got the shorts as well. Oh, look, there we go. So that's one of my videos. So it's just really, really helpful. This is love these guys to bits. So many good memories. So many good memories. And we all stirred each other something fierce, didn't we? You were really close and it looked like funny business going on. Yeah. There are ways that you can help improve it. Yeah, so there's a difference between your public watch hours and your actual hours. So if you've got a lot of people, like if you're watching your own videos, that's actually not going to contribute to your public watch hours. And there can be some funny stuff going on. But honestly, once you get it going, you're really, really good. But I am going to be doing some videos in the future on how to encourage growing the YouTube channel and really getting that to go viral. And not that I've got viral yet. I'm definitely not at viral level, but I've learnt so much through Luke Hawkins' training on the 7-Figure Academy. But I do encourage you to actually go over and register to do Luke's 5-day life coaching certification. It's like $17 US. You really don't want to miss it. It's an amazing opportunity. Well, look at that. I've still got that going up there. Why have I got that? No, that's not what I wanted. Why is that banner going still? So that's Luke's 5-day life coaching certification. And if you have trouble with that link, let me know, comment below, and I will send you the link. I've been doing a diploma in counseling for the last, oh goodness, how long has it been now? It took me 2 years to complete my diploma in counselling. And at the end of that 2 years, I really was no closer to feeling like I was ready to actually start seeing clients, even though with government regulations, I'm actually now allowed to I'm allowed to see clients. I'm a registered counsellor. So I'm registered, I'm connected, I've got all the certifications happening. See, I'm fully qualified counsellor now, but at the end of that, I was still no closer to actually being ready to be a counsellor or a coach, even though I'd done the Christian coaching last year, as well as completing, which cost me $2,000. Honestly, I learnt more in this 5 days that Luke does, which is only 2 hours a day, but that's 10 hours of this man's time, and he is an amazing man. Absolutely amazing. I have learned so much from him, and I am so grateful. Stood on some toes, but goats do that. Goats are excellent at standing on toes. They don't do it deliberately. The number of times my feet have been squashed by my goats. But yeah, it's a real joy. But back to Luke. So he's got that 5-day coaching thing coming up. Coaching thing. Don't you just love my eloquence? Let's see if I can find the actual. Well, it's not find the actual link. I've got the link. But he goes through some really good stuff. Really good stuff. I learned so much. Clearly my link's not working. I got to fix that link. Hang on. I've got it somewhere. Where is it? I'll get the actual link, not my pointing to redirection one. If I can actually get my computer to do what I want it to do, which I may not. No, I will. I will get it to do what I want it to do. It might just take me a second. That was not what I wanted. That was not the video I was after. Oh, not the website I was after, I should say. Not the... Anyway, I will have that link working for next time, even if I end up putting up an actual copy link address. So I do have a bit.ly form of it, but it's only going to work for... I've lost you. Where are you? There you are. So this link will take you to the website to be able to register for the 5-day event and get all the details. Luke is phenomenal. I've learned so much from this man in such a short period of time. Like literally, I first went to his 5-day training in October. And in the space of 2 months, I managed to overcome major depressive disorder and start to learn to actually really value and like me. It's $17. I mean, what have you got to lose? I looked at it and went, let's see, a neuroscience-backed proven coaching model to create real client breakthroughs. Tick, I got that. Totally, tools to release emotional blocks and trauma for yourself and others. Tick, got that. In fact, I've released so much trauma I didn't even know I had. Oh my gosh. The ability to influence and communicate with power. I still resist that a little bit. But I am learning that influence is not a bad thing. And if you've got a YouTube channel, you need to be able to influence people and you need to be able to communicate with them. So Luke is a master influencer. He's excellent at being able to help people to actually get what they want. Sometimes he'll trigger you and he'll do it intentionally to serve you. So if you are triggered by me or Luke, email me, triggered@jandera.com. And I will happily do everything I can to be able to assist and help you to work through the trigger. Because most of the times it's not, I can help you work through the trigger. Let's leave it at that. See, he's got 8-step full coaching framework that transforms relationships, and it does. Relationships with yourself, if nobody else, but it also helps with everything else. My relationships with my mum and my 2 boys has significantly improved in the last 2 months. I've discovered causes and root reasons why I was having issues with stuff that I had no clue of. And I've been able to completely release so much stuff. It's not funny. Actually, it is funny. It is hilarious how much freedom I've got in the short period of time that I've known Luke. And Luke isn't perfect. He's only human, just like the rest of us. Just like Wild was saying earlier. Where is it? Not perfect. He's only human. And he does have the best of intentions. Yeah. When you're triggered, it's really hard. It dysregulates your nervous system completely. And then you end up saying things that are hurting people and you're not meaning to do it. I'm actually in the process of creating a video to actually respond to one of Luke's videos. Actually, I did one yesterday too, responding to one of Luke's videos. But sometimes when we're overly triggered as women, we can actually, when we're trying to tell our partners how we're feeling, we can actually make them feel like they're being criticized. Not necessarily because it's our intention, but because of how they feel. And we need to get better at being able to express our feelings and our needs without the triggers. So while I would actually be delighted to actually have a chat with you, and see if I can help you work through some of that stuff. Hopefully this link works, but with my current batting average on links working, I'm not holding my breath. So I'm going to put up my actual link, not just my shortcut to it. So if you want to book in a time that we can have a chat, it's linked into my calendar, so it can actually communicate what you need to. Your pony showed you all about mirrors too. Absolutely. Equine communication and equine therapy is a fantastic way of getting to recognize your shadow. Luke actually does an entire teaching on shadows, on recognizing your shadow side in your partner and all that sort of stuff, because your partner is a shadow. Your partner will show you what you reject or judge in yourself. So it's interesting, when I was judging Gavin for being PDA, it was like God was showing me a speck in his eye so I could see the plantation and forest in my own. Oh my gosh, I would never have seen it without him. I am incredibly grateful for who Gavin is, just because of who he is, because he is a mirror for me and he helps me to see me better. Yes, it hurt. Yes, it wasn't kind. Yes, it wasn't nice. But actually, I'll show that in a minute. Yes, the CPTSD will show up in the pony showed you. And it hurt. Yeah, Luke's actually helped me going through and doing the master's program with Luke. I've actually gotten rid of my CPTSD completely. I used to have horrendous flashbacks to car accidents I'd had, plus flashbacks to flooding and when I broke my leg, and like that was really traumatizing actually. But through the NTT prac, or the 5-day training, then the NTT prac, then another 5-day training, then the 7-figure academy, and then masters. Doing masters, I got completely cleared. I got a level of freedom in each of them, which made it so that I kept coming back for more because I was getting results. And to try to explain this without pushing too much, 8th of October, actually, I put a video up about that. Where did I put it? On the 8th of October, I had a K10 assessment done with my mental health nurse because I was suffering from a major depressive disorder. I was taking 60 milligrams of metazepam each night and had been basically since I got diagnosed with Graves' disease, was it 3 years ago? I actually can't even tell you how long ago that was now. I'm going to reorganize my... Oh, I don't think it's on my YouTube channel. Oh, it might be on my other one. Hang on. I'll get there. I appreciate you guys being patient with me as I kind of ramble a little bit. I'm not meaning to be frustrating. Oh, I think it must be on my Instagram. Sorry, I've got so many different channels and I'm having trouble keeping up with it. I've got to learn some better skills for that actually. There it is. So 8th of October, my K10 score was a 30, which was actually the lowest it had been for, oh, crumbs. Oh, probably 5 years. 5 years. Let's see if I can find a K10 assessment so I can show you what it is. Oh, just the AI overview will do. So a K10 assessment is the Kessler Psychological Distress Scale, abbreviated to K10 because it's 10 questions. So it's a self-reporting tool to measure non-specific psychological distress, anxiety, and depression over the past 4 weeks, using a scale of 1 to 5. None to, oh, actually, no. My score of 30, I was going on 0 to 5. So if you're going from 1 to 5, that's actually a 40 out of 50. So for the items like feeling tired, nervous, hopeless, or worthless, scores 10 to 50 help identify when someone needs further mental health support, with higher scores indicating greater distress, common in Australian healthcare for screening and monitoring. So what the scores actually mean, actually, I'll stick this up too. Let's share this tab. Okay, so what the score means is a general guide. So if you're looking at mine, and if you're going at the so that's the link to what I'm looking at the moment. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think I can actually help you with that in a discovery call. It might take a little bit longer than that, and we might need to do a little bit more. But yeah, if you can book in a discovery call with me, Luke's taught me some really good strategies to help people with trauma that have helped me. And I was in so 30 plus is severe mental disorder and distress. And that was whilst I was on 60 milligrams of mirtazapine, which is the highest dose they can actually give you. Plus I was on melatonin to sleep. Plus I was using all my mindfulness exercises. I was also exercising 30 minutes 3 times a day because that's more effective than any antidepressant. So I was using the antidepressants, plus I was using exercise, plus I was using self-care, plus I was doing a diploma in counselling to actually learn how my brain worked properly, plus I was seeing 2 psychologists a week, 2 counsellors, and a mental health nurse, plus a coach. And I was still struggling because of all of the different challenges that I was facing. Honestly, I was in a pretty broken state when I first found Luke. And that was after I had employed all sorts of different things. I've got a massive personal development library, which is the only reason why I didn't break earlier, because, and that's evidenced by my my Etsy store. My Etsy store is part of the reason why I was able to cope, because I was making positive affirmations for people in my absolute distress. My way of dealing with that and making meaning of that was by creating content that would help other people that were going through the same situation I was. Which no one's going through the same situation, but a similar journey. I'll show you that in a minute. So back to the K10. So going from that, my actual score was 40, not 30, because I was basing it on 0 to 4, not 1 to 5. So I was actually miscalculating that. So my post saying that it was the K10 was 30 was actually incorrect. So it's a very quick screener. I've done the DAS-21 as well, and I need to redo that just out of curiosity. So yeah, I was at a 40, which is well above severe mental disorder and stress. And I was utilizing all of my personal development skills from years of being a personal development junkie and a bookworm. I've got a massive library on Audible. I've got a massive physical library. And not to big note myself, I'm just a bookworm and I'm desperate to find answers to problems that no one seems to have answers for. You've been okay this winter so far, even though you're going through a lot, but you're worried about your mental health. You've been looking at YouTube videos to help, Christian ones, and self-help and therapy. Yeah. Your son recommended one guy and you've been watching him too. It helps understand the boys better. Absolutely. Luke's actually got a phenomenal amount of stuff on his YouTube channel. And I highly recommend you actually link in with that. And I'm going to be sharing a lot of it over the coming days and weeks, just because it's helped me so much. And I know it will help you guys too. So link in with Luke, watch the videos, and make sure you, where's the register for the, so register for the 5-day certificate training. It's fantastic personal development and it'll help with your mental health and it'll help with relationships. I think I lost the tab that I actually had it open in. Because you definitely need to link in with Luke. He is only human and he's not perfect and he is only one man, but he does got a team of people that help him. So if he doesn't get back to you, somebody else will. And I just took at the wrong link. Ah, Gerwin, what are you doing, girl? Ah, dear. Let's try it again. Okay. So back to Luke's information. So he goes through in this 5-day program, and it's only a touching the surface. And that's why I actually decided to go in and do the NTT Prac as well as the 7-Figure Academy, as well as the Masters. And every time I do the 5-day training, I actually get more breakthroughs than the previous time, which actually completely blows my mind. So that's the actual link there for the 5-day training, which is why it won't even work over. That's why I made a bit.ly link, because what a pain. The actual link itself is too long. Sorry. I've messed up my comments, haven't I? Do. Playing patient music. Thank you guys. You guys are, I'm so grateful for you guys. I really am. You're amazing. But yeah, I'm going to have a special deal for my OG subscribers, which, while you are absolutely one of them. Sorry, just trying to clean up my comments and deleting the useless ones. Maybe. Anyway, so yeah, he's got a 14-minute step-by-step method to rewire your money mindset. So that would definitely have a huge impact on people that are wanting to monetize their YouTube channel. Now, I've actually made a video going through clearing my fear of the phone, which I've adapted Luke's process a tad because I'm a goat. But I also went through and did a clearing my issues around making money and not being able to trust myself. which again is a really big problem. So I had a belief, a subconscious belief, that I couldn't trust myself with money. That's not this one. This one was, I was terrified of my phone. But I'm not terrified of my phone anymore. I've actually completely released that particular problem entirely. It's now completely gone, which is absolutely amazing. Oh, I'm not the same person anymore, Wild. I am completely transformed. I've gotten rid of so many lies that the enemy stuffed in my head. I've been sharing a heap of stuff on my Jandera coaching channel, as well as my YouTube, as my Jandera channel. So I really actually highly encourage you to go through and have a look. I've got a video with a deep cleansing meditation for releasing unforgiveness. So this is actually me going through the process for me. Now, I am a master neurotransformation therapy coach, so I can do that stuff. Oh, I am. It's like Luke's given me permission to shine. And it's not that he's done it. He's just opened the door he's shown me the door and I've walked through it. In fact, I probably ripped the hinges off, to be honest. A little bit enthusiastic, and I think I was a little bit overwhelming. Sorry, Luke. Which, even then, I'm probably a little overwhelming. See, it's fascinating. It really is. Got to share this one. This one. So I've got a whole list of testimonials on my other channel. Like, I've had a lifetime of feeling like I didn't belong at all. Like I wasn't wanted and I shouldn't be here. And it turned out that through the guided meditation process that I took myself through, and I think I actually have a recording of that. Yep, all good, Wild. So, no, I'm going to do a whole video on that. That's a little bit too, I don't think I've done that video yet. But yeah, so why I felt unseen and unheard. This one was really interesting because part of the process, you go through a process where your subconscious gives you a picture of when the feeling first showed up. And for me, the whole feeling unseen and unheard actually came from when I was in the womb. I had this picture of a fetus in the womb, and it was tugging on the umbilical cord, trying to get seen and heard. And who can see that if someone's in the womb, you can't see them or hear them? So at that point, that was when the enemy sowed a lie in my heart, when I was unable to actually kick it out and get rid of it. I can totally get that. Thank you so much for joining me. You are amazing. I was thinking it was a bit early for you to be up. Oh, thank you. Oh, you're so amazing. I've got the most amazing community. I really have. So yeah, who can see that if you're in the womb, you can't be seen and heard? But for all of those who have had a kid and have been pregnant, not a goat, have had a baby, you know what it feels like to be 6 months pregnant, don't you? You're aware that that little baby's in there because they're punching and kicking you all over the place and you're barely getting any sleep. You're peeing every 2 seconds. Your bladder feels like they're constantly sitting on it. You know that baby's present. So part of the transformation, the timeline transformation therapy that Luke's taught me, and I've adapted, so it's now the Gendera transformation therapy. But for those that are not Christian, I will use the timeline transformation therapy that Luke taught me. For those that are Christian, I'll use the Gendera transformation therapy because it is a lot quicker, because I can get the Holy Spirit in there and get him doing half all the work. So it makes it really easy. Love working with Christians doing this stuff. Hey, absolutely amazing. You've been getting up between 1 and 3 a.m., but you're still kind of sleepy and not thinking what channel I'm watching from. Yeah, you have kind of changed channels, I think. But that's okay. Still love you, Wild. You're still wild. So part of the transformation therapy is you actually you find out what your negative beliefs are that you took on about that situation. For me, it was being in the womb and feeling like I wasn't being seen and wasn't being heard, which was having the results of making me feel very ignored. And I would get very angry and very frustrated when I felt like someone wasn't listening to me, which I homeschooled 2 autistic boys. They don't listen. They do now. Actually, since kicking this stuff out, the boys have done amazingly. Like literally, both boys. I've been homeschooling for 20 years, and I've been arguing with my kids the entire 20 years to get them to do their schoolwork. After the it was after NTT Prac, I had a realization. And then I was watching one of Luke's videos on YouTube. I can't even remember which one it was. But it made me realize that I was so scared of controlling anyone, which during Masters I found out why. But at Prac, I found out I was so terrified of controlling anybody that I wouldn't let anyone show me love. And that was actually part of the reason I ended up with an autoimmune disease, because it was self-hatred on steroids. And I didn't find that out until Masters. But anyway, so after Prac, I'm watching one of Luke's videos and getting this revelation and repenting, apologizing to the Lord for being so stubborn and not allowing people to love me. Like it didn't matter how loving somebody was. I wouldn't have received it because it wasn't in me. I hated me so much and I didn't even know it. Masters showed me a whole side of me that I never knew I had. Now, your collection channel is small, but you watch your friends on that channel as you build it up. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. So anyway, the positive lessons I got from that situation of being in the womb and feeling unseen and unheard was, if I'm not seen and heard, I just need to grow a little bit more. How cool is that? And if I'm not being seen or heard, my presence is being felt. Because as a mummy, you can feel the baby kicking on the tummy. And God showed me in a way that I would understand. So I'm not saying it's necessarily a memory. I'm saying that's how my brain presented it to me. I can help get you set free from that. And I reckon I can do it in about 15 minutes. So let's book in a discovery call and get rid of that sucker, because I used to be a control freak now. Used to be a control freak. Now I still like control. But I've been able to let go of a lot more. And as you can see, I've got a lot more peace and a lot more calm, except for when I get really excited and enthusiastic and get some big idea, which at the moment I'm getting so many ideas, my brain can't keep up with them. I've literally got series of marriage and relationship counseling, coaching stuff going on that I'm working on piecing together. I've got a whole heap of content on PDA and ASD that I'm working on bringing together and collating. This video was prompted by Cynthia from Cynthia's Craft and More. Actually sent me through the video on the goats, which is what sparked this. It's a little bit funny, really. totally book in and we'll have a chat. And I'm pretty sure I can help you get rid of that control freak stuff. And if I can't do it in the discovery call time period, I'll make you a video because that'll take like 5. Oh, Luke says so for the timeline transformation therapy, 80% of people will actually get a complete clearing within 15 minutes of the negative belief, the trauma, or whatever it is. For 18% of people, it takes about 30 minutes. For the other 2%, they're not going to be able to get cleared from it, but they need to learn how to accept it and be able to work with that. So it's, yeah, if that helps at all. Oh, absolutely. Giving more of it to God is really, really helpful. But a lot of times that is a conscious thought that you have to put into place. You have to consciously choose to believe Scripture. With what Luke's taught me, it actually helps me. So part of what he teaches is that 90% of our behavior and what's happening in the world around us is actually controlled by our subconscious mind, not our conscious mind. Our conscious mind only controls 10%. So there's only 10% of your brain that's actually consciously able to give it over to God. And that can take a significant amount of determination. Now, for goats, who are very determined little critters, we can force ourselves to do that. For the average little sheepy, it's too hard. It's too hard. And with what Luke's taught me, I can help reprogram the subconscious mind. So now I no longer believe that I'm not seen and heard. I now believe that if I'm not being seen and heard, I just need to grow a little bit more. And if I'm not being seen or heard, my presence is felt. So just that perspective change alone is huge, absolutely huge. And there used to be a time, well, actually, it was only at the beginning of October when I did that K10, that I could see everybody else's light, but all I could see in me was darkness. I could never see my light. And I couldn't see any of their lightness, their darkness, which made me incredibly vulnerable and incredibly naive and gullible because I just didn't see their darkness. And Luke actually explained some of that too. And I don't want to be going through too much, but I've got a video that I did actually showing, so science has actually shown that between our 5 senses, we've actually got something like 11 million bits of information coming into our brain every second. Every second, 11 million bits. That's a lot. It's interesting. I seem to have lost something. Oh, I'll have a look for that later. Actually, it's probably on the other channel. This is a challenge with having multiple channels, hey. So I did a video a couple of weeks back called Your Amazing Brain. It was before prac. Oh, no, it wasn't before prac, sorry. It was before Masters. It was after prac because prac was when I learnt this particular little gem. Although I think Luke actually did share it before that. Oh, no, I spotted it and then I clicked the wrong way. Where is it? There it is. Thank you so much for being patient with me whilst I argue with technology. I'm doing a live, Jonathan. I'm doing a live. What's up?
Are you saying that you can't?
Pardon?
Are you saying that you can't check the
Not at the moment.
When did you start the live?
I wasn't planning on doing it quite this long, but Wild came on, so I'm talking to her. So this link is for my video on our amazing brain, and it explains a little bit more about how the subconscious and the conscious mind work. So yeah, have a look at that, because you might find it interesting. But it explains why we see things and why we don't see things, and why we see things that other people don't see and they see things that we don't see. So it sounds like a lot of videos I've been finding, but I have to dig and look forever to put everything together. Sounds good to learn on the one spot. Absolutely. Absolutely. Luke has combined, and this was part of the reason I actually committed to do the training with him, because honestly, everything I've done in the area of personal development and even IT and multimedia, I hate to disrespect what I've done, because I actually have a high level of respect for what I've done, but it's nothing compared to what Luke taught me in 5 days. You will learn more in those 5 days if you're open to it and ready for it, and be able to take a hold of this much quicker than I did. I was a little bit more stubborn and a lot more resistant than the average bear, because I've got PDA profile. I am demand avoidant. I didn't know it, but I do now. So you will learn more in the 5 days with Luke if you actually put the effort into it. Now, you don't have to connect in on the live videos. You can watch the replays after. You've got 7 days access to them after they're actually played. And when you register, you've got the option of paying an extra $250 and then $149, and you get a whole heap of extra stuff, which actually is absolutely beneficial. Yes, it's US dollars. So $17 US to actually register and reserve your spot, like the little bouncing button here is saying. But you'll be a completely different person. Well, not entirely. But without this 5-day event, which is $17, I mean, you can choose to not actually do it, not pay any extra. You can just do the $17, not worry about the extra $250 or $149. I've got a little friend at the door, don't I? What are you doing, bud? I have no idea, but I can guarantee you, if I'm talking to you, it's going to take longer. I love you to bits. You can be sitting over there if you want to. He's actually been really enjoying the TLTT, or the timeline transformation therapy. It's helped him to handle quite a few big issues, actually. It's just been fantastic. But Luke's got here, so if you don't do this event, you will still be unsure on how to turn your story and gifts into coaching business. You'll be struggling with self-doubt and emotional blocks. I had so many that I didn't even know. Had no idea. No clear coaching method or client framework. I've spent 2 years doing a diploma in counseling, and I did not have a framework to work from. Luke gave me a framework. 2 months, Luke's given me a framework that I can go through and actually help people get real results. And I know I can, because I got them for myself. So you'll also, whoops, what you doing website? Has a little pop-up. Clearly I'm taking too long to make a decision. Oh, there you go, Jonathan. Wild Edible said to say hello. You can say hello, Wild.
Hello.
So you'll be relying on inspiration without any real plan. I still kind of do that because I resist the plan too much. You're watching others grow while you're still staying stuck. And that can be a really big problem for YouTube channels. And I can help you guys get monetized. For starters, I got monetized when I didn't want to be seen or heard. Watch me go now. Just watch this space. You might be dreaming about having an income so that you can actually repair your house or buy a house or just put food on the table. I can help you get rid of some of those blocks. And you're just doing the 17-day program with the 5-day program, for $17 with Luke will help you with a lot of that. But I really do encourage you to actually pay the $250 US to get the extra content. And I think it's another $149 to get the other part. I'm going to be doing that for this next 5-day course. And I've already done a heap of stuff with Luke. But you need to look at this $17 course not like you're paying $17. You need to look at it like it's actually a big investment that you've made and that you've actually invested $8,000 odd to do the training. And honestly, it's worth more than that. If Luke's doing one-on-one training and coaching with somebody, he charges $3,000 an hour. So this particular 5-day program is 10 hours of Luke's time. 10 times 3,000 is $30,000. So if you look at this 5-day training course like it is worth $30,000, you will get a lot more out of it. And the more you put in, the more you'll get out. Okay, so I really encourage you to fully engage. And if he's doing high fives and high tens, do them with him. Do them with him and pretend that you're actually high-fiving Luke on the screen. Okay, if he's doing his power moves, do them with him. If he's saying to get into it, just get into it. And you guys know how to do the comment section. So it's over Zoom. Yeah, it's an amazing deal. And you'll actually be certified and have a full program to work with people. Now, I had so much junk stuffed in my subconscious brain. I needed to go through and do NTT Prac, another 5-day course, plus 7-figure academy, plus masters. Normal people don't need that, but I'm a goat. I had a little bit more challenges that I needed to work through. And I had a lot of problems, and I still have a lot to work through, but I've now got tools to be able to help me work through them. But if you connect in with this event, you'll have a clear strategy and a 5-step system to build a 6 to 7-figure purpose-driven coaching business. And Luke's got clients that have done this just from the life coaching course. Now if they do other stuff, they can do it even more. And the 7-figure academy is absolutely brilliant, especially for us YouTubers. We can really take hold of it. And some of the skills that Luke shares will catapult your channel. Absolutely catapult your channel, because he'll teach you how to prime the algorithm, how to really master it. Although in his training, he goes from Facebook and Instagram perspective, not from YouTube. But I have found out the same principles apply with YouTube. So you can learn how to work with the algorithm, not having it working against you. You can help get rid of the negative beliefs and all of that junk. Personally, I had a lot of junk to work through, but if you would like, I can actually go through the same program that I went through with you. It's not as powerful as the full in-person people, 100-odd people there. That's interesting. You could honestly, Wild, with your heart, and I know your heart. I know your heart better than you do. Love you to bits. You could make a massive coaching business. Absolutely. And you could actually be able to completely rebuild. You could buy a brand new house on an acreage with all the animals you wanted. Or you could just learn how to make it so that your YouTube channel actually grow even quicker. So you could either do the coaching thing, or you could do just get YouTube working. So it depends on what you go into it with. So if you go into the 5-day program with the goal of, I'm wanting to learn how to make my YouTube channel explode, or you're going into the 5-day program with the focus that you want to get your health issues sorted, if you're going into the program, into the 5-day coaching program with the goal that you want to become one of the world's best life coaches, then that will make a huge difference to what you get out of the 5-day training. Oh, there's new issues in Canada. Anyway, Luke teaches how to overcome a lot of those challenges. I am off all of my antidepressant medication now. I'm off. I'm no longer needing the sleeping tablets. I'm no longer depressed. In fact, I've had a few people accuse me of being manic. My K10 score is now a 2, and it's 2 because I've got too much energy. I can't speak more highly of this and what it has done for me. It might seem a little dramatic to say that Luke saved my life. And really, it was what I did. All Luke did was show me the door. And there was a lot of foundation there that I already had. But you guys know what the foundation of my house is like. And all the way back then, God was telling me that he wasn't just working on the foundation of my house, he was working on the foundation of my life. And at the beginning of this year, like beginning of last year, God gave me the word of, you have a future and a hope. Hence the reason why I made the design out of that. Because I had a future and a hope, and I needed to remind myself. Let's see if I can find that image. I'm not manic now. I've learned to contain my enthusiasm a little bit, and I'm learning how to harness it and contain it so I don't blow people out of the water, because I was a little bit enthusiastic. But you can kind of understand why I was so enthusiastic. Oh, it can't be that hard to find. I can't find the file. See if I can find it. Here we go. So that's my design. You have a future and a hope. And this year, God gave me the word of I'm alive. For the first time in 50 years, I'm actually alive. You're working on your house for the winter and still don't know what we can do. It's a challenge, but honestly, if you book in a discovery call, we can start working on that, because there are some limiting beliefs in your subconscious that are actually holding you back. And I would love to work with you guys to actually help you get past that, because you have a future and a hope. Luke has given me a future and a hope. Well, Luke's tools have given me a future and a hope. And I know they can help you guys. If you're willing to actually allow me the process. Now, yes, there is an investment involved. I have invested a significant amount of money to be able to get this training, to get this teaching. I can't give it for free. I can do a discovery call for free, and I will be putting a heap of free stuff on my YouTube channel. You'd be amazed at how quickly that can happen, is all I can say. I mean, and to be honest, I still have problems with my house. My marriage is still a bit of a disaster, but I have a future and a hope. And at the beginning of this year, God gave me the word for this year was restoration. Now, if you'd asked me in October, at the beginning of October, when I had that K10 score of 40, if I thought that restoration was going to happen for me, I would have told you you were a Fruit Loop. Because I certainly was. After doing masters, well, after doing the whole lot with Luke in the last 2 months, I can see that I have got restoration. And if you look at the story of Ruth and Naomi, restoration doesn't just mean, oh, you got your life back. No, it doesn't. Ruth got to marry Boaz, her kinsman redeemer, well, Naomi's kinsman redeemer, and she was in Jesus's family line. I mean, Ruth was great-grandmother to King David. She's the only Moabitess in Jesus's genealogy. And Moabites don't get along well with Israelites. That's restoration. And I'm still waiting for it. I'm still believing for it. God said restoration. I didn't believe it at the beginning of October. I do now. I do now. Well, we're definitely going to have to work on your YouTube channel getting monetized and setting up all the different stuff. Absolutely, God will lead. He will absolutely lead the way, because I can't do any of the work without him, because the Holy Spirit is the one that drives this. But yeah, you have a future and a hope. And God's got an amazing plan. Absolutely amazing. But I really should get back and see what my son's doing, because I do need to get him into bed. So the 5-day training, it starts on the 12th of January, and then Luke's got all the times here. It's a 5-day training. It gives you a coaching foundation for the subconscious tools of neurotransformation. You'll learn the core principles and powerful life coaching skills. You'll discover how to influence and the subconscious mind for change. So that's your subconscious, not everyone else's. You're working with your subconscious. And you'll master 5 tools to shift limiting beliefs fast. I was a bit slow, and it took me getting to masters to actually master this. I didn't get it in the 5-day course. You may get it with the 5-day training. You may decide that you would benefit from extra training with Luke, or you might decide that you want to do the actual one-on-one coaching with me, which I would be honored to do. Day 2, he looks at healing trauma and emotional breakthroughs. So understanding the root cause of trauma and the emotional blocks. Like yours could be as simple as mine and being in the womb. And honestly, just getting that one fixed everything else. Fixed everything else. You'll learn a 4-step trauma healing coaching model, which actually works. And you'll identify and rewire patterns that are holding you back. Day 3, you've got the NTT 3-step breakthrough coaching and money mindset. This is phenomenal. This is actually absolutely phenomenal, this section. And I need to go through and listen to it again. I think I've got the replays, actually. Then day 4, you've got relationship coaching that creates change. Absolutely phenomenal. 8 principles of an extraordinary relationship. And you'll learn relationship breakthroughs and save relationships from breakdown. And then day 5, you've got create your reality and final breakthrough. This is a really powerful day. Really, really powerful. So Luke has been learning this for over 11 years in coaching, healing, and business strategies. And he's got over 3,000 students that just adore him. It's a 5-day life-changing program, and it's $17. What have you got to lose? other than your limiting beliefs and all your other junk. I don't mean to pressure or push, but I love you guys so much. And this has made such a big difference for me. So who is this challenge for? Aspiring coaches, healers ready to lead. And I know you've got the healer ready to lead, Wild. Stuck coaches and practitioners. The number of coaches and therapists that I know that struggle to even charge their base rate is ridiculous. Purpose-driven career shifters. And I'd like to add in there YouTubers who want to get their channels monetized and anyone that's interested in personal growth. So if any of those ring the bell, reserve your spot. Seriously. It is amazing. It is absolutely phenomenal. What this man is giving is absolutely mind-blowing. So who this is not for? Those looking for a quick fix without doing the inner work. You've got to be willing to face your demons. But I can help you face them safely. And I can face them with you. Because I've faced mine. And that's why I've got the inner peace now. Because I chose to face my demons. And I didn't do it on my own. I had Luke's amazing team helping me the whole way. So people unwilling to show up and participate and commit to the 5 days. You need to do the full 5 days. I personally was getting triggered all over the place on the first 5 days because of all of the marketing stuff that I noticed he was using. But I think it was day 4 I got rid of that. I wish I'd gotten rid of it earlier. Oh, no. I still had a huge chunk at prac. But I've gotten rid of that now. So anyone expecting results without learning and applying real coaching tools. So you've got to apply the tools to yourself. Absolutely, you can't do it on your own. It's the same thing as the the Shed Wars collaboration. We didn't do that on our own. That was a group of 250 odd channels all working together in the same direction to make a positive impact on this planet. We were doing gardening and homesteading. But this is a really powerful tool as well. The other people who should not do this is coaches who think they already know it all and aren't open to growth. That actually applies to anyone. So this is not for anyone who thinks they know everything and is not willing to come in with an open mind and be willing to actually really evaluate their beliefs. Yeah, it is. So it's a 5-day life coaching event. It's 60 to 90 minutes interactive sessions with Luke each day. And he is live and he's full on. Well, not as full on as me, but he's full of energy. He's full of life. He's full of wisdom. And he'll actually do live interventions throughout the training as well. So if there's something that you get triggered by, make sure you type me as fast as you can as soon as he gives you the offer. Because the first person that comes in the comments saying me, he'll go through and do a timeline transformation therapy. You absolutely do. We can't take ourselves too seriously. So there'll be practical tools, live demos, and real-time coaching. Yeah, he's done some. It's been such a privilege. It really has. He's triggered me off my dial, but he's done it with purpose to serve me and help me to see things that I couldn't see any other way. And I am incredibly grateful. So it's the 12th of January to the 16th of January, 2 hours a day. Replays are included for 7 days unless you pay the extra. So they're the times that it is on. Replays are available for all ticket holders. So make sure you register. Click on that, reserve your spot. So why? It's to help professionals and business owners and YouTubers add an additional 10,000 to 30,000. Would you like 10,000 to 30,000 a month, Wild? Coaching income stream. It's not a quick fix. It's not an overnight. And no, my income has not changed yet. Note, I said yet. Because it is coming. I just got some more stuff that I need to work through. And I'm being a little bit unteachable. Well, not unteachable. I'm being a little bit demand avoidant. Not following the program properly. And I'm doing my own thing because I'm a goat. And I mean that as a compliment. In Luke's terminology, I'm a giraffe. Or I'm at least a goat trying to be a giraffe. I know, I'm a goat that climbs a hill so they can see higher than the giraffe can. A goat can see higher than a giraffe. I've got to make a picture for that. That's a little bit cheeky. And that's an in-joke that you'll understand when you do the 5-day training. So you're going to learn breakthrough coaching tools, healing techniques, and business strategies that actually work. He'll even do there's actually a bonus 6 session that goes into social media stuff, which is going to be brilliant for you, Wild. Absolutely brilliant. And I have done a video on the goats and the turtle thing. I'm totally adding in a goat, a giraffe and a turtle thing. I'm adding in another one to a goat now. Anyway. And so you can walk away with clarity, confidence, and the tools to attract paying clients and attract viewers on your YouTube channel. So we can totally work on that. Heaps of testimonies here from people. I may not have the financial breakthrough yet, but I do have the inner peace. And I have gotten rid of so many negative beliefs. It's not funny. I've got so many ideas for content for my channel, for testimonies. I just don't have the time to make them yet. Anyway, I'm going to leave it go for there because it's nearly been 2 hours. This was supposed to be a 7-minute video. I'm so bad. You bring life into me, Wild. Thank you. I hope you've really found this interesting and helpful and reminded you about how amazing goats are, because they're not difficult. They are a little bit. And they do need different attention than sheep do. But they're amazing. Anyway, you have a fantastic night. Wild, go get some sleep. And I will talk to you guys and catch you in my comments section. Bless you.